What secrets are buried beneath the swamps, rivers, and lakes we pass by every day? Beneath the murky waters and frozen depths, archaeologists have uncovered discoveries that change everything we thought we knew. A prehistoric knife that predates the first known North American settlers. A 12,000-year-old wooden idol covered in mysterious carvings no one can explain. And a man so perfectly preserved that workers mistook him for someone recently lost, until scientists revealed he had been buried for 2,500 years. Stay with us, because these incredible finds will leave you questioning history itself. In the year 1950, peat cutters working in Tollund Man, near Silkeborg, Denmark, uncovered remarkably preserved human remains buried about 8 feet deep. The body's lifelike condition led workers to believe they had found someone from modern times. The individual, now known as Tollund Man, was found resting in a curled position, with knees drawn to his chest. He wore a sheepskin cap with a strap, a leather belt, and a braided leather cord around his neck. Most of his other clothing had decayed. Scientific analysis showed that Tollund Man lived about 2,500 years ago and was around 40 years old when his life peacefully ended. Researchers even identified his final meal, a bowl of flax and barley porridge. Experts believe his placement in the bog was part of a cultural tradition where wetlands played a role in ceremonial customs. Today, Tollund Man remains one of Europe's most important archaeological finds, offering a unique glimpse into ancient life. If you think Tollund Man was a shocking discovery, wait until you hear about a find that completely changed what we thought we knew about the first humans in North America. In 2016, American archaeologists made a groundbreaking discovery in a 30-foot deep underwater sinkhole off Florida's coast. They uncovered stone tools and fossilized bones of mastodons and prehistoric elephants, dating back 145,000 years. This challenged the long-held belief that humans first arrived in North America about 13,000 years ago with the Clovis people from Siberia. The find proved that humans were present at least 1,500 years earlier, and they weren't related to the Clovis. The tool's design suggested a completely different group, but their identity remains a mystery. So far, no human remains from that era have been found. Research is further complicated because their settlements now lie submerged, making excavation difficult. This discovery reshaped our understanding of North America's earliest inhabitants. But humans aren't the only ones with astonishing survival stories. Deep in the frozen swamps of North Carolina, alligators revealed a mind-blowing way to beat the cold. One incredible example of animal resilience comes from the swamps of North Carolina's Charlotte River Swamp Park. In the year 2018, an unusually harsh winter swept across the United States, sending temperatures plummeting to near-record lows. Many bodies of water froze over, including the park's swamp. For the park's alligators, this sudden deep freeze could have been a serious threat. But these ancient reptiles revealed a remarkable survival skill. As park staff carefully observed the frozen swamp, they noticed something strange poking through the surface of the ice: alligator snouts. At first, it seemed like the cold had caught the animals off guard, freezing them mid-swim. But park employees quickly shared photos and videos online to explain what was really happening. The alligators had purposely raised their snouts above the ice to create breathing holes while the rest of their bodies slipped into a hibernation-like state. Suspended in the ice, they appeared lifeless, but as soon as the ice melted and temperatures rose, they simply thawed out and returned to life as usual. Survival skills are one thing, but what if a discovery proves that terrifying prehistoric creatures weren't so different from modern predators? Let's take a look at a fossil find that had scientists scratching their heads. During the 1980s, paleontologists working in the Austrian Alps uncovered the fossilized remains of 4 phytosaurs, ancient reptiles belonging to a previously unidentified species. Interestingly, detailed studies of these fossils only began in recent years. At first glance, the skulls bear a striking resemblance to modern crocodiles and gharials. However, researchers confirm that phytosaurs are not direct ancestors of modern crocodilians. This discovery highlights a clear case of convergent evolution, where unrelated species develop similar physical traits due to similar habitats and lifestyles. Phytosaurs were semi-aquatic reptiles that thrived in ancient rivers and lakes, though the fossils from the Alps were found in sediments left behind by a prehistoric sea, each suggesting that at least some phytosaurs adapted to marine environments. Scientific analysis revealed that these phytosaurs reached lengths of around 13 feet, and all 4 individuals were still maturing when they reached approximately 8 years old. According to experts, this find added valuable insight into a species that had remained entirely unknown until this discovery. Not all discoveries are ancient or scientific. This next find has left locals feeling uneasy for years, and some say it brings bad luck to those who get too close. But before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel. And if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Deep in the forests near the coastal town of Lucinda in Queensland, Australia, something unsettling swings in the breeze. Hanging from a tree beside a swamp, a weathered doll sits alone on a swing. When the wind picks up, the swing gently rocks back and forth, creating a scene that many locals describe as eerie and unexplainable. This mysterious doll has been part of local stories for several years, and many residents prefer to keep their distance. According to the local folklore, anyone who ventures too close risks disturbing the doll's space, triggering a series of misfortunes or unexplained illnesses. Despite the reputation, no one knows for certain who placed the doll there or why. Some believe it could have been left to discourage trespassers, while others think it might be a creative stunt meant to attract curious visitors. Even the mayor of Lucinda has admitted to feeling uneasy near the doll, though he remains doubtful about the supposed curse. But if that mystery unsettles you, get ready for a discovery that could rewrite the story of the first people to set foot in North America by thousands of years. In a riverbed in southeastern Oregon, archaeologists made a discovery that could rewrite the timeline of North America's earliest settlers. Buried beneath layers of sediment, they uncovered a stone hunting tool estimated to be around 16,000 years old. According to researchers, this tool may have been used to hunt large Ice Age animals, including mammoths and mastodons. Interestingly, the tool was found near the Rimrock Draw rock shelter, a site already known for artifacts linked to the Clovis culture, long believed to be the first known culture to spread across North America. However, experts are confident that this tool did not belong to the Clovis. Its design points to an earlier pre-Clovis group, suggesting humans may have arrived on the continent nearly 2,000 years before the Clovis emerged. About 100 kilometers from the Peruvian city of Cusco, travelers can find a seasonal wonder, the Rio Rojo, a river that turns a bold raspberry red during the rainy season. This striking phenomenon draws visitors from around the world, but outside the rainy months, the river reverts to a more typical brownish hue, filled with sediment. So what creates this eye-catching color? The river flows near the Palcayo Rainbow Mountains, a stunning geological formation in the Peruvian Andes. Over millions of years, these mountains developed their colorful layers through a combination of red sandstone and mineral deposits including iron oxide. When heavy rains erode the slopes, large amounts of iron oxide wash into the Rio Rojo, temporarily transforming its waters into a brilliant shade of red. If you could visit the Rio Rojo during its rare red phase, would you take a swim in its striking waters, or would the unusual color make you think twice? Let me know why. During field research in Chongqing, a major city in southwestern China, zoologists recorded a strange sound coming from a swamp. As they moved closer to investigate, they spotted a small, unremarkable-looking frog resting at the water's edge. After capturing the amphibian, researchers conducted a full DNA analysis and discovered something remarkable. They had found a completely new species, officially named Nidurana chongqing, after the city where it was identified. This newly recognized frog measures only about 4 centimeters long. Its back is dark brown with irregular spots, while its belly is a pale cream shade. Adding to its distinct appearance, its eyes feature a multicolored iris, bright yellow across the top and reddish-brown along the bottom. So far, scientists know that Nidurana chongqing prefers life in mountain swamps and ponds, where it hides among dry leaves to blend into the environment. This excellent camouflage likely explains why it stayed undetected for so long. Beyond that, much of its behavior remains a mystery, although researchers did confirm that males produce loud, screeching calls at night. At the end of the year 2022, a resident of Oxford, Mississippi, was walking along the exposed banks of the Mississippi River when he noticed an unusual bone fragment with a large black tooth still embedded in it. Intrigued, he took the object home. 3 days later, he brought it to a local fossil and artifact museum, where experts quickly recognized its significance. After a detailed analysis, paleontologists confirmed that the fragment belonged to Panthera atrox, better known as the American lion. This species disappeared from North America approximately 11,000 years ago and was one of the largest big cats in history. Fully grown individuals could reach lengths of 7 feet, stand 4 feet tall at the shoulder, and weigh up to 990 pounds, making them even larger than modern lions. This remarkable discovery was made possible by the severe drought of 2022, which caused water levels in the Mississippi River to drop dramatically. As the river was exposed, locals uncovered a variety of fossils, artifacts, and even shipwrecks that had been hidden beneath the muddy waters for centuries. But what if I told you that one of the most mind-blowing discoveries wasn't a fossil or an animal, but a living organism so huge you can see it with the naked eye? In the year 2022, researchers exploring the mangrove swamps of Guadeloupe, an island in the Lesser Antilles of the Caribbean, made an extraordinary discovery. They identified a bacterium so large that it can be seen without a microscope. This giant microorganism was officially named T. margarita magnifica. It can grow up to nearly 1 centimeter in length, making it over 5,000 times larger than most bacteria ever documented. Adding to its uniqueness, these bacteria appear as thin white threads, similar to eyelashes, and their cells contain microscopic sulfur granules that shimmer under natural light. Interestingly, this remarkable species was first observed back in the year 2009 by Olivier Gros, a marine biologist from the University of the French Antilles. However, it was initially mistaken for a type of fungus and remained largely unstudied until recent genetic analysis revealed its true identity. Now confirmed as a prokaryote, T. margarita magnifica survives by extracting energy through the oxidation of reduced sulfur compounds, perfectly suited to the nutrient-rich conditions of its mangrove home. Even more astonishing, this giant bacterium exists as a single cell, shattering previous assumptions about the size limits of microbial life. From microscopic giants to ancient monuments, the next discovery appeared when a historic drought revealed something that had been hidden for decades. In the summer of 2022, extreme drought hit Spain, exposing the dolmen of Guadalperol in the Valdecañas Reservoir. Often called the Spanish Stonehenge, this prehistoric site features around 150 granite stones arranged in a circle, measuring about 5 meters across. At its center lies a corridor about 21 meters long. Originally discovered in 1926 by archaeologist Hugo Obermeier, the site had been underwater for decades. Experts estimate its age at roughly 5,000 years. Meanwhile, in the Amazon basin, scientists have studied the Pesse, a relative of the piranha with human-like teeth. Unlike carnivorous piranhas, Pesse are omnivores, using their flat teeth to crack nuts. Though native to South America, Pacquiao have spread to places like Denmark, the United States, and Russia, likely through the pet trade. However, they can grow up to 1 meter, making them unsuitable for most aquariums. A stone river, or kurum, is a rare natural formation where massive boulders accumulate in a winding pattern, resembling a dry riverbed. The largest stone river in the world is in Taganay National Park, Russia, spanning 6 kilometers between the Big and Middle Taganay ridges, with a width of up to 700 meters. Some boulders weigh as much as 10 tons. Visitors walking across the formation often hear the sound of running water beneath the rocks, and in some places small streams are visible. Scientists are still studying the origins of stone rivers, but many believe they formed due to ancient rock slides triggered by sudden climate shifts. Taganay National Park suggests its stone river formed when massive boulders broke off the mountains during a cooling period and slid into the valley, creating this unique geological wonder. Sometimes, nature itself sends warnings from the past. These eerie messages carved into stone are reminders of the disasters our ancestors faced. In the year 2018, scientists began raising concerns about an approaching drought across Europe. However, they weren't the only ones delivering warnings. As water levels dropped, hunger stones started to reappear, revealing messages left behind centuries ago. These stones served as warnings from people who had endured severe droughts in past centuries. When rivers and lakes dried up, communities engraved inscriptions onto exposed rocks, cautioning future generations about the hardships that followed. In earlier times, prolonged drought meant crop failure, food shortages, and famine. One of the most famous hunger stones rests in the Elbe River in Czechia, bearing an ominous inscription from the year 1616, "If you see me, weep." Hunger stones are more than historical relics. They are stark reminders of the devastating impact of drought and how past generations sought to warn those who would come after them. While the hunger stones warned of hard times, another river held something entirely different: gold. Stay tuned. Gold discoveries along the Yuba River fueled the California gold rush, drawing thousands of prospectors and transforming the region. In June 1848, Jonas Specht, guided by an indigenous companion, found placer gold at Rose's Bar, about 15 miles from modern Bridgeport, just months after James W. Marshall's famous find at Sutter's Mill. By 1849, the Goodyear brothers struck gold at Goodyear's Bar, which grew to nearly 1,000 residents by 1851. Downeyville, at the confluence of the Downey River and the North Fork of the Yuba River, thrived with hotels, bakeries, and saloons. Gold eroded from quartz-rich lode deposits, accumulating in river gravel beds. Early miners used pans and sluices, but later hydraulic mining with high-pressure water jets led to severe sedimentation and flooding. Despite this, Yuba River gold shaped California's economy and migration boom. If you were living in the 1800 during the California gold rush, would you risk everything to search for gold, or would you find another way to strike it rich? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. In a small Colombian town, residents began hearing eerie sounds coming from beneath a bridge, sounds that resembled the cries of a child, as if begging for help. These strange noises frightened locals, who avoided the bridge after dark. Eventually, a group of brave men decided to investigate. They spent hours by the bridge, but nothing out of the ordinary happened. Just as they were about to leave, the sound echoed once more from the river. One of the men decided to look into the water, and what he saw left him speechless. In the river, there appeared to be a ghostly figure, an outline resembling a young girl. After sharing his experience, the man learned of an event that occurred nearly 50 years ago. A young girl had been incidented near the bridge, and her body was found in the river. Astonishingly, the local community believed his story. Now, many believe that the strange sounds are the cries of the girl. The Florida skunk ape, often called Florida's Bigfoot, is a legendary creature said to inhabit the state's swamps. Described as a 7-foot-tall, ape-like figure with reddish-brown hair and a strong skunk-like odor, sightings date back over 200 years. In 1818, newspapers in Apalachicola reported a man-sized monkey raiding food stores. Later, in 1942, a creature allegedly charged a car, and in 1963, a family in Alachua County saw a large, hairy figure peering through their windows. In 1974, Dave Shealy, then 10 years old, spotted a skunk ape while hunting in Big Cypress National Preserve. Between 1997 and 1998, tour groups reported a foul-smelling, gorilla-like figure in the same area. In July 2000, Shealy filmed a bipedal creature running through the swamp, sparking debate. While skeptics dismiss it, the skunk ape remains a mystery in Florida's folklore. But beyond legends, archaeologists have also found evidence of how our ancestors navigated the world, starting with the oldest boat ever discovered. The Pesse canoe, discovered in 1955 near the village of Pesse in the Netherlands, holds the title of the world's oldest known boat. Dating back between 8040 and 7510 BC, during the Mesolithic period, it was unearthed during the construction of the A28 motorway. Initially mistaken for a tree trunk, it was recognized as significant by local farmer Hendrik Wanders, who later handed it over to researchers at the University of Groningen. Now displayed at the Drents Museum in Assen, the 298-centimeter-long dugout canoe was carved from a Scots pine log using flint or antler tools. While some experts initially speculated it might have been an animal feeder, a 2001 replica proved its seaworthiness when successfully paddled. This discovery highlights early human innovation, showing how Mesolithic people navigated water for hunting, fishing, and transportation in a landscape dominated by rivers and lakes. And if an ancient canoe fascinates you, wait until you see the world's oldest wooden sculpture, covered in mysterious carvings we still don't fully understand. The Shigir idol, discovered in 1890 in the Shigir peat bog of Russia's Ural Mountains, is the oldest known wooden sculpture in the world. Radiocarbon dating confirms it is approximately 12,100 years old, dating back to the early Holocene epoch. Originally standing at 5.3 meters, only 2.8 meters remain today due to missing fragments. Carved from a single larch tree, its surface features intricate geometric patterns and human-like faces, the meanings of which continue to be debated by scholars. Some believe these carvings represent mythological or belief symbols from the prehistoric societies that created them. The idol's remarkable preservation is due to the acidic, oxygen-poor conditions of the peat bog, which prevented decay. This discovery has transformed our understanding of prehistoric art, proving that hunter-gatherer societies in Eurasia engaged in complex symbolic expression far earlier than previously thought. Ancient carvings are intriguing, but what if a discovery completely changed how we see one of history's most fearsome predators? Stay tuned. In 2014, paleontologists uncovered new Spinosaurus fossils in the Chem beds of southeastern Morocco, revealing groundbreaking insights into this prehistoric predator. The discovery included parts of the skull, spine, and hind limbs, but the most remarkable find was a well-preserved tail. Unlike any other dinosaur, Spinosaurus had a paddle-like tail, suggesting it was adapted for swimming, making it the first known semi-aquatic dinosaur. Further supporting this theory, researchers discovered more than 1,200 fossilized Spinosaurus teeth in an ancient riverbed, indicating it lived primarily in aquatic environments. These findings have transformed our understanding of dinosaur ecology, proving that Spinosaurus was a massive river-dwelling predator, unlike any other dinosaur ever discovered. But what if an entire city, one that was thought to be nothing more than legend, was found at the bottom of the ocean? The underwater city of Dwarka, off the coast of Gujarat, India, has long intrigued archaeologists due to its possible links to ancient Hindu legends. According to Hindu scriptures, Dwarka was a grand city founded by Lord Krishna, which later submerged into the sea. Modern exploration began in the 1930s, but major discoveries occurred between 1983 and 1990, when the Marine Archaeology Unit conducted underwater excavations near Dwarka and Bet Dwarka. Researchers uncovered stone structures, including semicircular, rectangular, and square formations at depths of up to 6 meters. Numerous stone anchors suggest Dwarka once thrived as a bustling port. A fortified foundation, along with pottery, stone blocks, and irrigation systems, indicates an advanced settlement, estimated to date between 2000 and 1500 BC. Dwarka continues to bridge the gap between myth and history. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.